That's right, everybody. If it's Return of the Mac,
There's a couple of Macs.
shut up and jam. We're talking sports. If it has balls in it, we're on top of it.
That's right.
I'm Dante. With me, as always, Craig. Craig, how are you?
Or
This
even-
fine evening.
Or even pucks.
Thank you for clarifying. We're sports hungry.
We're a couple of Macs. We returned. We're hungry for sports. Balls. Sweaty men bouncing them around. And that's pretty much what the show is.
We got back from sport fucking and we're ready to do the show.
So our debut, our inaugural episode was a wrestling extravaganza.
Wrestling.
WWE Wrestlemania predictions. Go check that out. This is episode 2, focusing on the NBA.
NBA playoffs, 2017.
That's right.
And as always, I want to clarify, these picks, people, they are golden. They are certified.
These are surefire.
Get the bookie on the phone.
Yeah.
Take your kids' college fund. Turn that shit into liquid, my friend.
Take them straight to Vegas.
Yeah.
Say hi to the Raiders.
Because with these picks,
that's a whole other podcast.
You're going to be a whale in Vegas.
Oh, wow, that's true, yeah.
You're going to be there
the night.
with Matt Damon.
Fucking Don Rickles is going to come up to you and say, why don't you, I'll show you to a room. I'd like you to stay tonight.
I'm dead.
I'm going to offer you to stay because you're so successful. Okay.
You know he just died?
Yeah, I heard about that.
What do you think about that?
It can be funny.
Yeah.
Like when it's a good person.
I agree. All right, let's get to it. We're going to be talking sports.
NBA. Yeah, the National Basketball Association.
Yeah.
Is what we're getting into.
Big
tonight.
hoops fan, are you, Craig?
Nitty gritty. I am. I would consider myself a hoops fanatic.
Oh,
even,
man. Yeah.
Maybe.
I like basketball. I can't ball it up, though. It's never very good.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up against Jimmy Chitwood for the Indiana State Championship when I was in high school.
How'd that go?
The Hickory High. It didn't. Chit came in at the end. Jimmy Chitwood.
Yeah.
And Coach Hackman. For the other team, he got them to the win. Jimmy just shooting the lights out.
I thought he might have pulled like a Bobby Knight where he just starts
threw a chair at me
and everybody just starts throwing chairs out onto the
Coach
court.
Hackman. No,
yeah,
did that. One of their assistant coaches though was like an alcoholic, and Hackman like helped out. He's the father of one of the players.
What do you mean helped out? Like killed him?
Yeah.
Disposed of the body?
He just threatened to beat the shit out of him if he drank or something.
So he stopped?
Yeah, I think so. When Hackman tells you to do something, it's really not even not even the threat part of it. It's just like, Coach Hackman told me to do that. I gotta do it. Yeah, Hickory beat us though. I'll never forget that. Came in second that year for the state title.
How does it feel? All these years now, in retrospect.
Just, know the knowledge that I am that much of a hoops legend.
Yeah.
I can sleep well at night of that.
All right. 2017 NBA playoffs. We got it on the big board. We set up the brackets ourselves. We're doing it. We're gonna lock down these picks for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's do West.
We got so it's April. What is it? The
11th.
11th, and so there's a couple teams have like 2 games left. A couple teams have like 1 game left. I think a couple teams just finished out. So there could be a little bit of shuffling around with the seeding.
Nothing too important though.
But nothing too important, I don't think.
The cream rises to the top, as Macho Man Randy Savage would say.
Ooh, truer words have never been spoken.
Cup of coffee.
Or in the words of the legendary Bill Russell, this game has always been and always will be about one thing. Buckets.
Ah.
And it's like, the fuck does that mean, Bill? How is that? You present it like it's the deepest, like...
He's ill Bill.
Proverb about basketball. It doesn't even make sense.
All right, the West. Number 1 against number 8, Golden State.
Yeah.
Against Portland.
Against Portland. Yeah. We kind of talked about this a little bit before. I think Portland could, like, steal 1. I could see that. Maybe take 1 game. Maybe on, like you said, the Portland home court. But I don't see that one going more than 5 games. I mean... I'd love to have a hot take, but I mean, the Golden State Warriors are extremely fucking good, and they have a bunch of just weapons that just can't be stopped. And usually you have one at the most. And
they're very deep, too.
Yeah.
I mean, their bench could run through most of the teams in the league.
Probably,
as starters, so...
Yeah,
so how many...
I think that one will probably go 5 games.
Yeah.
It could be a sweep. I don't know. I could see them losing one, though. Because as great as they are, they haven't, like, perfected... like maximize what that lineup can be. It's just they seriously don't need to. Like,
yeah,
that's how good
it's still pretty new too. But,
yeah, because it's so new. That's why.
A whole season to kind of get it together.
Yeah, so they're probably better than ever. Like right now.
All right, the Spurs number 2 against
the 2 seed.
Memphis number 7.
Yeah,
I mean, again, we have the Spurs stacked deep.
That are just
they're gonna go on that long run.
Yeah. It's like not even to say that Memphis sucks. It's like
because they don't.
The Spurs are just that fucking good. They're not going to lose. You know, the Rockets or the Warriors can probably beat them, maybe.
How long do you think the window for Memphis is going to stay open? Because they're at 7 right now.
Yeah. I like Conley.
Once Gasol gets out of there, you know?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what Gasol's contract situation's like. Conley's locked down.
Was it Rudolph, right?
Yeah, he's like about to retire probably. I don't know. He probably has a couple years, but he doesn't play a ton of minutes anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to have to... Their window probably is closing. I don't know how long Gasol is locked in for. Conley has like 5 years or something, but...
And we were talking earlier that Popovich is pretty much like the Belichick of the NBA.
Yeah.
He doesn't say a lot, but seems to get stuff done.
Yeah.
It's all about that W. All about them buckets. All right, yeah, so a win to the Spurs. How long do you think this goes? I could see Memphis maybe getting a win or 2.
I could see that, yeah. I think, yeah, it could be sweep. They might just get like 1 or 2, though.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely the Spurs.
We're getting into some good territory. Rockets versus OKC. So this is, you know, the 2 MVP candidates. I think my top picks.
Probably the top 2 MVP
you have,
guys.
The West Beast
matchup
against Harden. I mean, if it just sucks because I love the story of OKC and Westbrook, but the Rockets just have way more weapons.
Yeah, I think
and Westbrook, as good as he is, he can't just do everything all the time.
I think it could be a pretty close series. I think it could go like 7 games.
You think it's going to get a lot closer than people think?
Yeah.
7 games?
I don't know. I would say 7 or 6.
So who do you think ultimately wins? Because don't the Rockets, like, aren't they known to... They're choke artists, though, right?
There is a little bit of that reputation. They are, and specifically Harden has that tag.
So you think that's what this is going to turn into? I mean, there's also always the possibility.
I don't know, and Westbrook seems pretty fucking clutch.
Yeah.
You know, he gets, like, almost better, so... I don't know. I would still probably lean towards Rockets, though.
All right, I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah.
So we got... And then finally, the 4 and the 5, Clippers against Utah. I got Utah all the way on this one.
Yeah, so this one is one of the ones that's, like, still kind of could change as far as the only thing could be Utah could possibly get the home field and be the 4 seed.
Yeah.
But either way, it's probably not that big of a deal.
I think that window is closing for the Clippers.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be gone by next year.
I mean,
the end of next year.
They're just they're done. They're dead. I think they've been floating dead.
Where do you think Doc might go?
Yeah, Doc's got to go. Who do you even keep on that team?
You know who landed like in an amazing place? I don't know. I think it's going to blow up.
Blake,
because let's be fair. Like
all 3?
10 years ago, nobody gave a fuck about the Clippers.
No.
It was a joke, right?
Blake made them relevant.
Yeah, so
and their racist owner.
But like, I'm just thinking of other places Doc could go. But like Thibodeau, if you're going to land somewhere, he landed in the best fucking spot there was.
Yeah.
Like
2 number 1 overall.
Yeah, you get away away from the dumpster fire that is just the Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls have like imploded.
Yeah,
they're kind of in a they're not a horrible team, but they're excuse me, they're in one of those. They're one of those teams that's in a position that is like arguably the worst position to be in, where you're not even close to a title, but you're not bad enough to have like a good draft pick.
Yeah,
and you don't have like a guy to build around really.
Okay, so...
well, I guess I have Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, but they got Wade, so they went out and like got a free agent in the same position.
That's like the same type of player. It doesn't. It makes no sense. And getting Rondo as a ball dominant guard, and it just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so Utah. I think Utah takes this in like 5.
I think
games.
Utah takes it. I think it might be maybe like 6 or 7 games though, but I don't know.
Okay, so now it's this and this, right?
Yeah. So if these predictions we can guarantee. So that would put the Warriors against the Jizz.
Okay.
My English is off sometimes.
We got Warriors
right?
against the Jazz. I think that goes maybe 5 or 6.
Did I pronounce Warriors right?
Yes.
Versus the Jizz. Warriors Jizz. You think that goes like 6?
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
Maybe even being a sweep. Who knows?
I could see it maybe being. Yeah. I could see it being a sweep just because the Warriors look so good, but the Jazz are like so. They seem like really like well coached. You know, they're like.
They're still a very young team.
Like 9 guys or 8 guys that they go deep.
Yeah.
And there's no like superstar, but they all just play so well together and play really good defense. And Gobert, we might circle back to this, but he might be the defensive player of the year. He might be fucking most improved player of the year. He's a monster.
Yeah, he's great.
And they just have a good defense. He changes
that being said, I mean, it's Golden State all the way.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a short story, obviously.
Spurs and Rockets.
Spurs and Rockets. So we picked 1, 2, 3, and 5, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that
one's pretty fucking close. Because the Rockets seem like this is the best Rocket team in the last several years.
I just think that they get dominated in the paint because they don't have anybody.
Yeah.
And they just use their bigs, and that's it. And then you're just relying on Harden shooting the lights out.
I haven't seen like a ton of Rocket games, but I play fantasy basketball, and I got that guy Clint Capella as a center for them, and he's has really good stats. Yeah. So I haven't watched him enough to know like how good he actually is.
Do you think he just gets those though?
He might just kind of be getting because he's in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch enough, but overall, yeah, I agree. They don't have enough in the post, and. You know, that's another thing, like you said, their reputation.
If they're not shooting 15 threes, like
being
a night or getting 15 threes a night.
Relying on shooting, yeah.
Yeah.
And not only the Rockets team over the last 10 years is that. You have James Harden specifically, their star, is totally like that. Maybe not as much as people think. D'Antoni, the coach, his shit doesn't seem to work in the playoffs. He can go hoggish with stats throughout the season. And they put up all these stats, and then you get to the playoffs, someone plays decent defense, and they beat you, you know?
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I would, and the Spurs play, magically good defense, so I guess I would definitely say the Spurs the more I think about it.
Now we get the Warriors and the Spurs. What do you take?
So, yeah, that'd be Warriors, Spurs. I mean, I think
I'm going to throw a curveball because every few years you have to give the Spurs their due.
That's
I think this might be the year.
Be due, yeah.
Because that's always when you least expect.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, the Spurs just tricked everybody. They went under the radar.
They did, yeah. They're flying under the radar again as usual.
You want to go Warriors?
Kawhi, people are saying maybe the best two-way player in the league this year. Yeah. He might have surpassed LeBron as far as what he does on the defense and on offense. And they're just deep and good, and I fucking love Powell, and he's so good.
Aldridge, Powell.
Yeah.
Tony and Danny Green, who's just
Green.
He's a microwave.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go with Warriors?
But I'm going Warriors.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're going to differ on this.
Okay.
I'm going to go Spurs. I think this is
You're going to go Kings?
Years.
I have to disagree, man. I don't think the Kings are going to. No. Okay.
All right, so let's do the East.
Okay, let's go over to the Eastern Conference.
We have Boston, number 1, Celtics.
Yeah.
And the 8th seed is either the Heat or the Bulls. It's not going to really matter.
And I think it technically could be the Bucks or the Pacers. It could be the Pacers, too. Okay. And technically the 1 seed could be the Cavs. But we're assuming pretty realistically that it's going to be Boston versus either the Heat or the Bulls.
I think this is over in 5 games, Celtics.
You think so? Either way. Who do you think gets in?
Yeah, I don't think
either
it matters. Oh, between who's that?
Who do you think
Who
gets
that there with them?
That 8 seed?
Nola.
The Saints? New Orleans Saints?
You know what? I hope the Heat get it.
I hope the Heat get it, too.
The Bulls need to... That just needs to be done and over with.
Yeah, the Bulls
they're ruining the franchise right now.
Totally agree. And I love Spoelstra. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. The Heat have got a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
That'd be the most interesting. Either way, like you said, probably 5. I don't know, maybe 6, maybe, I don't know. It could even be a sweep.
It's interesting that Dragic is like the dragon.
Because they won't slow down Isaiah. Yeah, the dragon, yeah.
Now that it's his team, I mean, he got them to the playoffs. You know, they didn't have Wade. Just imagine what they'd be like if they had Wade. And Wade would have been in a way better position because the Bulls is
it'd probably be like 6 or 7.
Treading water.
Yeah.
And
Hassan Whiteside, former Sacramento King. I don't know if we announced. We record this here, a little podcast out of a town called Sacramento. Proud home of the Kings. Our lovable, laughable Kings. But, so yeah, that's Hassan Whiteside, former King, versus Isaiah Thomas, former King. That kind of hurts.
It does hurt.
Are you the native Bostonian wordsmithsonian?
Who taught you that?
That's Bo Burnham, comedian. But, yeah, so Boston will beat the Heat or the Bulls or whoever the fuck they play. So that moves us to the Cavs and Pacers, I believe. Cavs looks like they're going to get the 2 seed. Pacers, again, they could move. They could be, I think, the 8th or the 7th or maybe the 6th even.
Paul George, what happens after this year? I think this is... Yeah. He's free agent, right?
I think, or he might have one more year. Can't remember. But they were talking about moving him at the trade deadline, yeah. So I definitely think... Is he free agent?
I could have sworn he was.
Maybe he is.
If not, he needs to... I mean, they need to kind of take that one apart.
I don't know what I'd do, man. That's another... It's a lot like the Bulls.
Yeah.
I almost like their situation a little better, but it's fucked up because you're like in the middle, and it's a little bit like the Sac Kings. It's like you have your superstar, so build around him. Well, we can't.
Yeah, we don't know if he's going to be here.
I don't know what you do. I think maybe you do take it apart. All right. How do you let Paul George...
Cavs and how many wins? I'm going to go... you know what? This might be a sweep. I think
this might be a sweep. I think it's a sweep.
Be looking for blood.
LeBron likes
to
sweep,
but they're definitely going to slow down.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Toronto.
He gets sweeps in the first round like almost every year. LeBron's team. Yeah.
We have the Great White North, Toronto against the Bucks. Both these teams, young teams, I like a lot.
A lot of maple syrup.
Great players.
Matchup.
Giannis is amazing.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players in the league. He is super cool, the Greek freak. When they played the Kings, he dominated the Kings. I mean, he just ran in there and laid it up. And he could not stop it.
It's crazy. He plays like some kind of variation of point forward.
He kind of plays the point a little, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he he takes it up the court and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like initiating plays and running pick and rolls. And
yeah, it's nuts. Okay.
It's insane. Now, they are another team that can move a little bit, but we're kind of seeing them most likely at the 6.
Yeah, and then we got DeRozan and Kyle Lowry coming out of Toronto.
Kyle Lowry, like you said, Valanciunas.
Is he playing?
Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, he is.
If he's healthy, I'm not sure. He's kind of injury prone. I love Serge Ibaka.
I think this one might go deep.
I heard they got... What's that guy they got at the deadline other than Ibaka? Tucker? I heard he's like a defensive, strong dude that can hit threes like all day.
Oh, yeah?
So they're like... They might be better than they've been the last couple of years a little bit, too.
All right, who wins it? Who wins the series?
This one could be a great one, kind of like Rockets.
I think it might go 7.
I think it might go 7, too. I would say the Raptors.
Yeah, I'm going to go Raptors. I'd love to see the Bucks win, though. But
me too.
What are you going to do? And then the Wiz against the Hawks. I don't actually know a lot about these teams besides John Wall is amazing.
John Wall's amazing. Bradley Beal is a amazing scoring offensive player. Super injury prone. Overpaid, maybe.
Yeah.
And they got Gortat as a really good two-way center. Underrated. They're like a pretty solid team. I think the Hawks are maybe a little more balanced and deeper. Mm-hmm. You know, with like good players at multiple positions. Not just guards. And I like their coach a lot. Coach Bud. Budenholzer or Budenholzer or whatever.
What do you think it looks like? 5, 6 games?
I think that one could be like 6, maybe 7. And I would say the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Wizards. Too. I love Wall.
I just don't I don't recollect them ever really going deep in the playoffs.
No. They're another team like kind of like the Bucks and the Raptors, and I was saying about some of those teams where they're a lot like they've been, but I think they're like a little better. Mm-hmm. Or even like the Rockets. They're kind of the same, but they just seem a little better. I don't know. But I just think the Hawks are got the coach and deeper team.
All right, now we have Boston against the Hawks.
Okay. I would say Boston.
Yeah.
That's Horford taking on his old team. Oh, and the Hawks got Millsap, too. We didn't mention him. He's, like, amazing. Not quite a superstar, but...
I guess Celtics and the Celtics.
Yeah, I would say Celtics and probably 6, yeah.
Alrighty, and then we have...
The Hawks are just... They play to their fullest potential. Like, they won't get embarrassed off the floor, you know? Mm-hmm. They're going to play good against the Warriors. They'll play pretty good against. So I would say they last, like, 6 games.
So we have...
So that puts...
Celtics, and then...
And Hawks.
And then, okay, between Cavs and Toronto, you have to give it to the Cavs.
Yeah, I think the Cavs...
This might be
that could be
sweep
maybe
or
like 5 games, maybe, yeah. Maybe 6. Toronto, like I said, I think they're a little better, but than they've been. So they could be like maybe a little more dangerous. I wouldn't be shocked if it went 7.
Alrighty. Celtics, Cavs.
Is that what it's down to? Oh yeah. Celtics, Cavs. I mean, I think the Cavs are definitely a better team.
Yeah, they have way more shooters, way more weapons.
Celtics are balanced
deeper
and deep, but yeah, I don't think they're...
It's going to come down to having LeBron and Kyrie and
Love. And Tristan Thompson, and now they have Korver to just bust threes off like it ain't no thing.
I was reading some article, and it was like the Cavs' secret weapon, and it was a picture of Derek Williams.
Oh, Darren Williams?
No, Derek Williams.
Oh, Derek Williams.
And I was like, are you fucking serious?
I forgot that he's on
If that's your secret weapon, like...
yeah, you're in trouble.
All right. Watch out.
Remember when the Kings first got him for like a week? He did some cool stuff.
I think his first or second game, he scored like 24 points.
He kind of does some shit like that for them, I think. And think about, we were like a horrible team. Like, he had shots and minutes. On the Cavs, if you could get that out of him in that like little bit of bench time, you know, like 15 minutes a game, and he gives you like a lot of energy and dunks and alley-oops and steals, then I could maybe see it. But he didn't really look like he could do that with the Kings.
I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go and say this goes 7.
To Celtics Cavs?
Yeah.
You can see that.
But I'm picking Cavs.
I'm going to say maybe 6.
Alright.
Yeah, definitely Cavs.
So we have 2 different dimensions going on.
Yeah.
Your Golden State Warriors against the Cavs, and my Spurs against the Cavs. So who do you pick?
This could be another great... I want it to be Isn't this their 3rd time facing each other in the finals?
I think so.
Cavs Warriors, if it is, so... I would love that. I don't know. I'm a big LeBron fan, but he's been kind of douchey this year. Like, I don't know. Just, he's been a little overexposure to him or something. I don't know. But, so I don't, love them. The Warriors are division rival of my beloved Sacramento Kings, so I can't really, root for them. But I just think the Warriors are the best team in the league. They have, a Team USA looking lineup.
Yeah.
It's just stupid what they have. And LeBron's great, and Kyrie and Love are really good. But the Warriors guys all mesh. They all make sense together.
Yeah.
I would say probably 7 games either way, though.
That's the thing, is like you were saying, with the way I take the Spurs over the Warriors, is when they do mesh, they're, unstoppable, but when they don't, that's when you can really take them apart.
Yeah, that's true. They can come unwound a little bit. That's true.
And I think, Spurs and Cavs. And
should the Kings beat the Warriors this year?
Yeah.
Once. I mean, they're beatable.
It's going to be, the Spurs are going to give fucking LeBron headaches.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to get to the final. I think he's going to get to the finals, and he's going to like these motherfuckers again. Yeah. And every year it's a different crew, so what do you do?
Yeah, and maybe the best defensive player in the league covering him all the time, Kawhi Leonard.
And, it's a matter of do they cancel each other out?
Yeah, that's a good point. Do they cancel each other out? If so...
And that being said, for every weapon that, these
Kyrie
three teams
might be
have,
the third best player on the floor.
Yeah. But the Warriors, the Spurs, and the Cavs, it's like they have their big threes and all these other players. It's almost like everything cancels each other out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the Warriors, that's kind of, if you want to get that simple, that's kind of why I think they would win, is that they have more. They have four is more than three.
And
it might come down to that simple fact.
Draymond just turning it around.
He's a great player. He really is a great player.
On LeBron.
Yeah, and he hurt his team last year.
Yeah.
Just by being a knucklehead, and, he's got to be there.
Yeah, so final predictions.
He might. I would say Warriors in 7.
All right,
they're the winners.
Spurs in 6.
You think Spurs will beat Cavs?
Yep.
Yeah. In 6.
Yeah. I think it's going to be we're going to get to that point, and it's going to be very reminiscent of what we've seen the Spurs and LeBron, doing in the finals. You're just this is kind of, not sad, but you're just man, they're
not worried or nervous about him.
Well, they're just, they're playing I don't know if that would be considered the purest form of basketball, but it's it's head scratching where if your team, every mistake they're going to pick up on, they're going to make every extra pass and every dribble or fake, or they're going to do everything.
They pick out every little thing you do and turn it into 2 or 3 points.
Yeah.
Everything.
And even the fast break, it's not like they're the fastest team in the league. All right, so MVP.
They stop fast breaks pretty well, too.
Yeah. The 5 picks. Harden.
Yeah.
Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard. LeBron James. And Steph Curry.
I would maybe say Kevin Durant is an honorable mention, although maybe he missed too much time. Yeah. Either way, KD and Curry maybe cancel each other out. That argument happens in sports, and it kind of seems like bullshit. It's not fair. But it's kind of fair. Because, Curry's job is way easier having Durant, and Durant's job is way easier having Curry. You can't really argue that.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah, I couldn't give it to them, though.
I would say they're, they've played well enough and had their team play well enough to earn, if they won it, I wouldn't feel like it was bullshit or whatever. You know what I mean? They've earned it, kind of, but I don't know. They're probably a step behind the other 4. And what Westbrook is doing is historic and crazy.
Yeah, I think it's between Harden and Westbrook, I'd have to say.
And Kawhi, and LeBron are just two-way players that really carry their teams.
It sucks, too, because Kawhi is never going to be, the guy that... Why am I not MVP?
No, he won't.
Nobody's talking about me.
Yeah, he won't say that. He is happy the less people talk about him. He doesn't even talk about.
I think the Spurs possibly they purposely do that. They get guys that are.
And I think Duncan had an influence, don't you?
Yeah.
Because he's a lot like Duncan. He seems like that though. He is a boring motherfucker. His favorite color is probably beige.
Sandalwood?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Westbrook. Who do you have?
I saw this thing that in the past, and this maybe doesn't matter anymore, but Oscar Robertson averaged a triple-double per game 1 year. He did not get the MVP.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it was similar. I think his team was a 7 seed or maybe even missed the playoffs or something like that. Or no, they had way less teams back then. But I don't know. I think they weren't a very good team when he did that. And so that was the argument. against him winning it, even though he did that amazing thing. Then, I always forget if it's Kareem or Wilt Chamberlain. I think it's Wilt. Averaged 50 and 20. Can you believe that? Average per game. 50 points, 20 boards.
I'm shaking my head, people.
Yeah. And he did not win the MVP that year. And I think it was the same team. It was kind of a downish year for the Lakers, and there was probably some other stud, that won it. Like, it was, I'm sure it was like some Celtic legend.
Probably like,
It would have been like before Bird and shit. Yeah. Russell or something. Probably was.
He was the guy with
the
big mustache, right? White guy with the big mustache.
And I think he had goggles too, right?
Rambus. He's so goofy looking.
Yeah, he made white people look very bad.
That was like Showtime Magic, right?
What?
Is that what they called it?
This would have been before when Wilt did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Showtime Magic, yeah. But, so I think it's possible that whoever the fuck the powers that be would possibly look at that triple-double average and go, well, like, obviously it's amazing, but did he help his team? It's still, forget this. That can't be the be-all, end-all stat that just wins it, just because of stat.
Yeah.
I mean, even though, don't get me wrong, like, it's unbelievable, but, like, it's still always, no matter what, with that, forget the stats, it always comes down to who, like, helped their team win the best.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they had to win a lot,
Yeah.
Even then, like, you could still maybe argue Westbrook, but they're the 7 seed in the West. And
I still think it's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have him,
I think he deserves to be, like, this is a legendary thing. Like, it's historic.
Just think of,
like, a lot of credit.
Okay, in terms of wins, like, how many wins? They have something probably, like, in the high 30s,
I think they're 40s or...
Okay, if they didn't have him, that's at least 20 wins that they don't have.
Yeah, this is, a very good argument.
So...
And that's what people say, like, Harden, or the Rockets, they could still, like, they'd probably win over 30. Don't you think, without Harden? I mean, I'm not saying they're good, but I'm saying, like, the Kings have, 32 wins now? So, I mean, they'd be that good.
And, with DeMarcus...
With Ryan Anderson and Eric Gordon.
Wins that the Kings ever had was 33.
With DeMarcus Cousins?
Yeah,
33.
the most.
And I think we have 32 right now.
Yeah.
With one more game.
And we haven't had him for 18 games.
Yeah.
All right.
The Ballad of Boogie Cousins. We hardly knew ye. I still have a soft spot in my heart for Boogie, but I'm glad the Kings moved on. So I think Harden gets it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you think Westbrook should?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get it. I know in that first...
I wouldn't be mad at it, that's for sure.
When they're matched up there in that first round, that's going to be an amazing series. I think that might be for the MVP.
And have you ever heard that talk where people go, no, the playoffs have no bearing on the MVP? And then some people I've talked to who've watched basketball for decades, they're like, I don't know about that. There have been instances where two guys are like head and shoulders, or like, neck and neck for the MVP, and one of them's like amazing in the first round, the other one gets swept, and the one who was amazing gets the MVP. So it's like the playoffs aren't supposed to factor in, but...
It's all perception, though.
How could it not?
Yeah, how
if
are
you were voting after the playoffs...
He's my MVP, but he just got swept, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, thank you for joining us. Shut up and jam.
Shut up and jam.
All these picks are gold. Go to the bookie.
Go to the bookie, count them.
Count them.